All right, I think this is probably the fastest I've ever gone from show to show.
Yeah.
but it's to honor Shelley's other commitments other than hanging out with us. But anyways,
I'm glad I could come say good day.
Anyways, we got, of course, Shelley is with us, and our badger from across the pond is with us. My good friend Randolph Richardson, who lives here where I live, so we can him and I could go for a beer. Well, he doesn't drink, but we could. And then, of course, Susan Turpin, who's one half of the Divine Disbelief
Hi.
podcast show.
Hello. Hello, Susan.
I've got about 2 weeks until I officially leave for Portland, so I'm very excited to finally be the fuck out of Texas.
Well, I like Texas.
It has some charming qualities, but then the awful racism and sexism tends to override that. I've met some great people here. I've had a lot of really good opportunities, but it'll be nice to expand my horizons. I've only ever lived in Texas, so it's nice to be elsewhere.
Absolutely. I'm just checking my other messages to see if anyone popped one in on Facebook there. Nope.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Julie. I just saw Julie's comment. Says,
Oh, Julie the voice. Yeah. Yeah. So, hang on.
There we go.
Send Julie the link. Oh, okay. Hang on here.
Nice.
If you guys have anything you want to ask Shelley, now's your chance.
Well, Shelley, is guitar your main instrument, or you play a number of things?
I play a bit of keys, but yeah, definitely my main instrument is guitar, and that's what I tour with, and it's my baby. It's my best friend. Not really friend sometimes.
Have you had that one since like day one?
No, I actually started playing. Hey, Julie.
Hey! Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna fangirl all over you for a second. You're amazing.
Very narrow, Julie.
I actually listen to Saved when I need to feel empowered, and you're just so great. And also several other of your songs, like there's particularly one about body image that I identify with way too much. And you're awesome, Shelley. Thank you. And Neil, thank you so much for letting me in. You didn't have to do that. Very kind.
Okay, well then I'll kick you out now.
That's what I call musical success, when people are getting a lot of value out of the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shelley makes me cry in a good way every time.
Well, you're making me cry now, so it's an exchange.
Let's try not to get any in the electrical equipment, guys, because that can short everything out.
That's
Might be a little dangerous.
Neil, if anybody's waiting backstage, just let me know and I'll pop out.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I will too. And I know Shelley's got limited time, and I don't want to mess with anybody who wants to talk to her. Yeah, that was I'm sorry. That was supposed to be an end of a sentence.
Well, that's okay.
Anybody who just wants to go.
I have a question, actually, which is, it may have been answered in the main thing because I didn't get home until about halfway through it. But how would you describe your sort of musical style?
Oh, that's a good question.
I guess, I think singer-songwriter really is a nice umbrella, because then it gives me a bit of room to engage with any genre that I want. I think I do prefer working with, organic sounding instruments and still recording with live instruments, and something like acoustic folk, Americana, even. I've definitely been influenced by living here I've been touring here the last 8 years, driving across the country, so definitely been influenced by old school sort of country radio.
I have so many country music recommendations that are good country music recommendations. If you want them.
Yes,
and I've heard you do stuff that borders on ska.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so for sure, there's some Rasta in there. Just saying.
Definitely. I was telling Neil Badger during the interview, because my dad had a wedding band, and that's how I learned to sing. I grew up singing in his wedding band, and at weddings you sing every different style, so at the start, when people are just, eating and having the finger food. You like sing cool kind of jazz tunes, and then you do like big dance brackets, and you're singing rock and pop and dance songs, and then when everyone's eating, you go to the background, you're singing like some folk, you're singing like soft singer-songwriter stuff. So it's like, that was my introduction to music.
I'm getting an echo, guys.
I'm sorry, that's my fault. I'm finding my earbuds right now. I'm fairly certain that's my fault.
So, Shelley, what are your feelings on Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
I mean, I like Tom Petty. Yeah.
I've got a Tom Petty tattoo right there.
Oh, really? What do you have?
So it's my.
That's some serious Tom Petty love.
It is a really serious Tom Petty love, and also I'm wearing my pajamas because I worked from home today.
Nice.
So I have on a shirt from a bluegrass band called Punch Brothers.
Oh, cool.
And then it's my Tom Petty tattoo.
Oh, nice.
I'm probably the only person under the age of 40 with a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers tattoo.
What?
No, you should. That's amazing. And Tom Petty was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, he is severely missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did really love what he had to say about the Catholic Church. It was basically like, I was a member of a club, and I found out that the club was abusing kids. I wouldn't want to be a member of that club anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Don't come back.
Yeah, that's a good reason to leave a club, I would say.
Oh, yes.
One of the best.
I've got that meme right here.
I'm actually surprised that more people haven't left the Catholic Church.
Right. You would.
Me too. And I say this as someone from a large Catholic family. It's very much, and I think Neil and Shelley, you can probably, oh, that's so sweet. You can probably identify with this, but like I have friends who are atheists who identify culturally as Jewish because as anti-Semitism is on a rise
That's
right
what we
now,
were
it's
talking
like,
about.
yeah, precisely. Yeah, you guys mentioned that in the stream, and it's like I support them completely, and I get it. And the weird thing is, there's a similar, and it's not fair because we didn't have a Shoah. We basically killed everyone, but it's not fair. But like Roman Catholics have a similar thing where it's very much like a culture. It's what the sacraments are what your parents did, they're what your grandparents did, and so on and so forth. It's that tradition stuff that you were talking about, Neil.
Peer pressure from dead people.
Absolutely. Peer pressure from dead people. Yes, that is my favorite definition of tradition. You're absolutely right. But yeah, that's how I felt. Like when I stopped being Catholic, when I read the Bible at 17 and realized, fuck all of that, and became a neo-pagan, I did have this moment of like, I'm betraying my family. Yeah. Like my whole family. And I think that's what's keeping a lot of them in when they need to leave.
Julie,
they need to leave.
Julie, what do you think might be the driving force or driving forces behind the recent increase in anti-Semitism?
Oh goodness, that's a question beyond me. I am shocked by it. I'm like, hello, didn't we just play this game in the last century? And do people not know history? I don't get it. It terrifies me. The fact that in my own country, in Charlottesville last year, white guys in khakis marched with tiki torches and called themselves Nazis. I don't understand.
Didn't we?
I don't understand.
Defeat them? Like,
I know. And I live in the South. You'd think I'd have like a little bit of insight into the hatred just being where I am, but I don't. I don't get it.
I didn't know you're there, so I just.
I live in Memphis. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, which is great and also sucks depending on what you're talking about. But yeah, it's bizarre and it's terrifying, and I just see us. I was a history minor in school, and it's like I'm watching us just make the same mistakes over again, and I can't have it.
Maybe it's not even something that's new. It's just that people are feeling in this current climate that people are feeling emboldened. Okay.
Ooh.
And
that's what I was gonna say.
That's a good point.
Hey, that was my little sign. I have to run, guys, but it's so nice to meet you all. Bye, and thank
Bye,
you
I'm
for
sorry.
having me and spoiling me with your lovely words and time and listening to crap on. All right,
Been a
thank
pleasure,
you.
Shelley.
No,
Bye,
thank you so
guys.
much, Kelly.
Bye.
We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Shelley. It was a
Bye.
pleasure to chat with you, and appreciate you doing all that you're doing there.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Dada.
Oh my god.
Irony strikes at the best of times.
I'm so sorry, Neil. I feel like I spoke over all of her time, and now I feel terrible because she has way more important things to say than I do.
I think we all have important things to say.
That's lovely. Thank
Not
you.
me. The most important
I'm
thing.
just full of shit. So
The most important thing I have to say currently.
You know who else?
I'm
You know who else
hungry.
has important things to say? I think is Rachel Oates. She's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
Oh,
picked on
she's getting
so much
hammered
lately.
right now.
Great.
I
Yeah.
don't have important things to say.
And
I make random bubblings on the internet.
We know that, Badger. It's okay.
Yeah.
We love you for that.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
Neil,
still-
What is happening to Rachel Oates right now?
Yeah, what did you? Yeah, what Badger said.
Yeah, so I'm only slightly familiar with it, but I did write a note of encouragement to her
I'm in
on her
groups
YouTube
with
channel.
her, so I hear what she has to say in the chats and stuff like that. So basically, she's actually put it on her latest video where she goes over it. She released it today. I highly recommend you go check it out so you get an actual, not that Rachel's a horse, but from the horse's mouth sort of expression, right?
I did wonder where you would go with that.
she's been because she's got friends on multiple sides of fences, we'll say, and of course a lot. You know how some extremism can seep into these ideals that we have, and people are basically saying, "Yeah, no, you're kidding me." People were basically saying, "Look, you either think about this certain thing our way or we're disowning you," or something along those lines. And she's gotten it from a few different angles.
Yeah.
So she made a video today explaining all of that. That's about as much as I want to divulge here, and you can actually go and check it out there. Actually, IQ, maybe look for her latest video.
I'll try and catch your video later on.
And
No,
then
yeah, that's
pop
fair.
it in the
I'll
chat
completely
there.
watch it. Thank you for the heads up because I didn't even know.
Yeah, she's been hassled quite a bit lately, and it sucks because Rachel's she's such a fucking sweetheart. Like
She is.
Oh yeah.
She's a darling human being. She's so kind.
she gives
And
great
is this
hugs, by the way.
Is this connected to the whole EOT?
No,
hassle?
well, I'm partially, but that's so watered down now. It's
Oh, good.
other stuff that's going on. That's
People just can't let it go. Gee,
Yeah.
I know, right?
grow up, people. Come on.
They're
Video
more
from today,
important. They're
right now.
priorities,
Hmm.
and I think priorities are important.
I try to make it clear on my my various social medias and whatever that if your opinion is that you have to agree or be disowned, then disown me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Fair.
I don't want to be part of that.
hmm
Yeah, Flow State's about to get naked and listen to us, just so you guys know.
Outstanding.
That's
Word.
fantastic. I feel proud, oddly.
Onward.
I'm not entirely sure.
I've never had anyone say, I want to get naked and listen to you talk with 4 other people or 5 other
Yes.
people. So I'm excited. That's fantastic.
Red has pointed something out that completely slipped my mind. She's gotten criticism for her promotion of Rose of Dawn,
okay.
who's also been getting criticism as well. I'm not really a big fan of Rose of Dawn, and it's not like Rachel is like a fan, but they actually disagree on more things than they agree on. And she explains it all in her video. But
I'm not
Flo-
familiar with Rose
I
of
threw it
Dawn,
in the chat.
so-
My opinion is excellent Flow State. That is outstanding. Again, my opinion of the whole thing is that people can, as far as I'm concerned, be friends with or associate with whoever they like.
yeah, of course.
And I'm not going to disown them for it. I may sort of gently say to them, "Are you sure that you want to?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If they
Do
may
that
not
with
be
that
aware of
person.
something too, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's sometimes that people aren't aware of sort of what people have said and done. So I feel like, presenting information and objective as a way as possible to say, hey, just so you know, like, this is what has happened. The judgment is ultimately up to you.
Yeah.
And, just make sure that you let people know I'm not going to look at you differently if you still decide to necessarily associate with this person, depending on... Depending.
Levels of severity.
Yeah, there's levels. But
There
The peer pressure tactic
Yeah.
is all
It depends on the person. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say it depends on the person's voice and their platform and all of that. But like, I think all of us, and actually, I shouldn't say all of us. Speaking for me personally, I have many interpersonal relationships with people I love very, very much. And they include members of my family who are old Earth creationists, who are young Earth creationists. And that one is really difficult for me to deal with. It's kind of we agree to disagree and just kind of bite our tongues around each other a lot. But the fact that we love each other and we have a familial bond is so much more important, ultimately. And I want, of course, I want to change their minds. But I also have to accept that, that they're doing what they're doing. And if it makes them not talk to me about Jesus all the time, then, I can accept that as a fair trade. Am I being a complete hypocrite, or does that make sense?
No, I don't think so.
No, you're a fucking hypocrite, Julie. I'm sorry. No, get out.
A bit. I'm a bit.
Having something positive to focus on is always great.
Okay.
That's true.
Does anybody want to jump out for a bit? Oops, so that my friend Red can come in and try
Yeah,
to give us a little bit more.
I just want to say one thing, and then I'll pop out for Red.
Sure.
Thank you, Red. So we have an interesting audience here. One is wearing her birthday suit, or his, I'm not sure. And the other one's rolling a joint to imagine a birthday suit. I'm not sure.
To each their own. More
I live
power
in
to you.
Tennessee. This is tobacco, to be clear. This is legal where I live. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to head out so Red
It's very bad for you, though.
So Red can venture in. Red Venture can venture in here. Thank you very much.
My cigar is not tobacco, I should say.
Fair, and good for you.
It's special.
Red's confusing me now.
Stuff.
Oh, is that right?
And were more sensible, smokable things legal in my state, I might be smoking that instead. But they are not at this moment.
I'm moving to Oregon, so.
Oh, I'm jealous. Okay, yeah. That's fantastic. Good for you.
But yeah, Julie, given the situation that I'm in, I have many conversations that include the name Jesus. As you would imagine.
I can tell from your accent, brother. I know.
Are you talking like
their snake Jesus?
Well, it's the fact that my wife is a fundamental Pentecostal.
Oh, that's right.
But we can have conversations, and she knows that I completely, wholeheartedly am an unbeliever, but we can have dialogue. And she knows that I'm going to object to certain things. We keep the conversation at least mediocrely respectful. She preaches a lot, but it rolls right off my back because it doesn't really matter. I can respond and say, hey, use a little bit of SE. I know I'm not going to change her mind. She is, really stuck on it. And I don't really need to, because she's used that in a lot of ways to try to better herself. It's made a few things about her worse. I ideologically, but it's helped her in a few ways that I find to be beneficial, knowing her before and after.
Yes, sir. I've seen that happen with people I love too.
Remember, every solution causes 2 new problems in its wake. But
that does happen. Let's give Red the floor for a few minutes so we can
go ahead.
Explain a little bit about what's going on with this.
So, like I said in the chat, the big thing is she did a video about a month ago now, where she promoted Rose of Dawn. And if you're not familiar with Rose,
that's the one where she did the female YouTubers.
That you should be watching. Right. And so it's only been recently when people finally got around to her about the criticism. right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so she's finally addressed it. But in the video, in the original video, she says, "Well, I disagree here." She's controversial stuff, but she doesn't say what she disagrees with. She doesn't say what she agrees with. So if you pull up Rose of Dawn's channel, it is, especially back when she put it up, there was the interview show with Ariel Scarcella and Blair White, where they go off on how MBs aren't a thing. And then there's a video before where non-binary is meaningless, non-existent, and stuff and shit like that.
Oh, fucking ridiculous.
So when you look at and you just go through here, and like her main show is Trans Stupid, right? So it's basically, she's dollar store Blair White. And so the criticism of it isn't of Rose and promoting her is Rachel, like, I'm a trans ally, I'm this and that here. So she doesn't say what she disagrees with in the main video, and she gives no indication of it what she likes about her content, right? And so anybody that opens up and looks and scrolls through, and it's dollar store Blair White, and it's like, is Rachel a TERF, right? Does she have some TERF leanings in there?
No, I would heartily disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
But so that's where the criticism is coming from. Just promoting that kind of stuff with like giving no indication of what you support, what you don't support, and send your audience over to, go and watch that there.
She mentioned that she should have been far more descriptive in the things that she agreed with and didn't agree with.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, it's that's a big part of the criticism.
Yes.
Especially for some, somebody's gonna say, I'm a trans ally, I'm for all this trans stuff, and I'm gonna promote this person that does a lot of anti-trans stuff, even though they're trans. And so that's the big criticism there. Like, and I said some other things too, like, Dear Mr. Atheist, was in there, and I mentioned his collab with Jacqueline Glenn. I said, well, it's a lot easier to maybe miss like the transphobic stuff Jacqueline Glenn has put out over the years, especially in her collabs with Ariel and Blair.
Which is weird because Blair is trans.
Well, Blair's the trans that's playing the, I'll say it right here, she's playing the token right there, right? So she's willing to say all the stuff that
I would agree with
her
you.
there.
Yeah, I would agree. She is
so that she gets accepted. Yeah, but she's going to say all that stuff so that she gets accepted. So she'll throw anybody who's not a traditional binary trans person under the bus, and so any of that stuff there. So that's where it is, and and I said, I think I said this to Vice Rhino when bringing up some of the criticism beyond it, because it was kind of lost in the discussion on why there'd be criticism. I didn't bring it up when Rachel put her video out a month ago, because the last time I brought something up about that kind of stuff, it ended up in her eventually getting hurt. So I left it,
right,
and just sit done with it. But no, I just brought it up, and it's like, you look at this and it's like, is Rachel a TERF from it there? And that's the kind of thing you get when you promote that stuff there.
People like, yeah.
And I think some of her, the criticism now of her on Twitter and how she's reacted to the criticism about it is very much something that she would argue against. And this is from the video, the clip that I showed her from her one video before, where she went after the 3,000 sub Christian channel that was being homophobic and stuff. And so she's playing a lot of the same arguments that Christian channel was saying about how they're not being against gays and all that other stuff there. And part of it just might be how she's choosing to play stuff with people she likes, right? How she's gonna put it there, which is a criticism in and of itself of how Rachel handles herself online. But I don't know. That's the brunt of the criticism of her right now.
There you go. All right. It's tough, I think.
I mean, it comes with being a public figure.
Of course.
So,
of course. And the weird thing is I'm sort of gaining that sort of thing now myself, and I actually was talking with somebody at work today and thinking about you, and they're like, there's a lot more people that are paying attention to what you do now, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I said, so you got to start thinking about what you say when you're live. I go, yeah. And I generally don't think that most of what I say could be considered something really bad. I mean, and if I do slip up and say something that could be interpreted that way, I always try to immediately, at least, somehow say, well, okay, this is more what I meant or whatever like that. And
disclaimers are important.
Of course, but it's tough because you may be. I mean, I personally, I think that channel that she was promoting, Rosen, whatever, is a shit channel. I've seen it before, so I don't really care for it.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, well, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
she's.
You're the kind that you would not say something that you wouldn't say to somebody's face.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and that's not always a good thing, okay? Because I might say something that could get me in trouble, and but I'm
It's
I'm
not always
actually
a
pretty
good
good at
thing, but it's
dealing
an
with
honest
that.
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, sure. And honesty
Yeah.
is usually the best policy.
right.
Agreed.
That way you don't have to keep stories straight.
I personally don't.
Really hard.
Yeah,
There's lots of people out there that have said things that have been controversial, and I've met some of them. And when you meet them, and you're talking with them, and we're talking about old stories from when you're growing up, and all the commonalities that you have, and you realize that they're just human beings, just like you. And sure, they might have some viewpoints that are different from you. I'm not going to hate somebody or disown somebody based on an opinion that we might have different, that some others might consider to be bigger than we might, or say, you know what, I like. It's hard to explain how I deal with this, but anyway.
But you have to pick your battles, and a certain amount of discretion is a good idea in some situations, but getting yourself into real trouble is the shit that comes from not saying something that needs to be said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it's important to think about, how you're presenting. That's absolutely important, because unfortunately, presentation is so much like, we know. I mean, it doesn't even bear saying. It's like we know that things like racism, come from ignorance largely. It's like people who have never
Most stuff like that does.
A lot of it does. Yeah, it's like people don't generally wake up and say, "Oh, I'm going to be a bigot today." That's not quite how we work.
There are some that do that.
There are some
not
that
in
do.
those exact words.
No, there are some that do. You're absolutely right. And
it's like they think they're justified. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I would say like white power groups fall in that category, absolutely. But at the same time, like just basically, I think if I think people can tell when you're trying to be an honest interlocutor and when you're not, and if that is your goal, to be as honest as possible, and also as your goal is clearly not to just hurt people, particularly marginalized groups, then I think that comes across generally. I mean, like Neil, I've never felt that you ever said anything where I was like, ugh. I've never had a visceral bad reaction. You should, because you just come across as like a really nice dude who respects women and other people, and he probably gives good hugs.
I respect humans because I'm a human.
Can confirm on the hug front.
Oh, nice.
I'm a human, so I don't see why. I don't respect humans that are shitty humans.
No, for sure.
People can be shitty and still be decent humans and fuck up once in a while.
Yes.
But yeah,
actually respecting people.
Yeah,
like
I try to be the best version of myself that I can, and I always encourage others to do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Not that bullshit like I have to respect people because respect is considered to be a good thing. No, learn what the fuck respect is.
Yeah.
And appreciate real respect, and then it comes easy.
Yeah, absolutely, IQ. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, people have such different definitions of the word respect. You see people, use the word respect in that I would like to be treated with respect as in I want to be treated like I'm a fucking human being. And then there's people who say, I need you to treat me with respect, who are like, I need you to treat me like I'm an authority.
Mm-hmm.
And
special pleading.
Like I'm better than you.
Respect.
Yeah.
Like
and I think
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think as long as we have that baseline of the respect of treating everybody like they're a fucking human being. Like they each have their own lives. They have their own issues. Yeah. Like we need to be able to understand that we're on, we're all trying to come from a place of honesty and goodness, trying. Some people less so than others. I'm giving people a lot of credit. I'm an optimist sometimes.
No, agreed though. Agreed.
Yeah. So, you have to.
No, there's good humans and bad humans. We just try to ignore the fucking bad ones or don't give them a platform or whatever.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the thing about fucking up is when someone owns up to it and says, "Hey, I fucked up. Mm-hmm. I fucked up here. I said the wrong thing. I did the wrong thing. I made someone feel bad when I didn't mean to." We shouldn't shun them more for saying that. We should be like, okay, good on you for recognizing your bad behavior. Mm-hmm. Glad you're going to try. And, that should, of course, come with I'm going to try to be better from now on, or even I have been.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there. And I also agree with Rory and Flow State in the chat.
I can't. I'm sorry. My eyes are so bad. I can't see.
Always
respect that. Absolutely. We respect that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I had to change my D&D character's familiar because of Badger. I was gonna have a Badger familiar but then you were in the group, and I was like, I can't do that now because I was doing it because of your online persona, and I was like, oh, never mind, it's a rat now.
I had a very good chat with that rat.
So Red,
yeah,
yep.
Did you want to weigh in on a little bit of what we were saying? Like, do you kind of what do you think of that sort of mindset, I guess?
I mean, yeah, it's if people are going to apologize and try to correct stuff, you give them the opportunity to do so.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I'm all for that. I mean, I'm not against that at all. Sometimes it doesn't seem like they're actually apologizing or trying to fix
sincerity level.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's fair. So that is fair.
Like I would say let's be another criticism of Rachel here, but keeping the Rose of Dawn promotion up, is probably something she shouldn't be doing. It should come down if it's a mistake there. But if she says she's not going to do it, so people are still going to be mad at her over that.
Probably.
Right. So.
Yeah, because part of owning up to, apologizing and being like, hey, I fucked up, I'm going to try and actually be better in the future is actually making the efforts to try and be better. If you're still doing the same thing, then people are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt whenever you actually fuck up.
Trust me, she's not going to be doing anything more with that channel. That's for sure. So, hey, who did we just lose?
Oh, IQ.
Yeah.
Oh, IQ backed out. Oh, he's probably got family stuff. Oh, no, there he is. What happened, IQ? What the hell happened there?
I'm on fucking mobile. Forget about
it. Well, so am I. So.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
I'm quarantined right now. It's kind of fantastic.
You're quarantined?
I technically am. Yeah. Oh, you too?
Yeah, I'm type 1 diabetic, so I have an autoimmune disorder. So I have not left the house since I got home from work on Friday.
I wish I could talk my mom into doing that because she's diabetic.
Please not.
Yeah. On that later.
I will send you articles of shit that's been about Tom Hanks and stuff and why it's more dangerous for people with diabetes to contract coronavirus.
Oh, it's so much more
dangerous. My mom's over 70.
Yeah. It's like that's just all of the factors.
My parents are 77. I lost a not a blood nephew, but when you have those old friends from high school and then they have kids and they grow up calling you aunt, or uncle. I lost a nephew back in October who was a brittle diabetic, type 1 diabetic, and it he was 22. That was way too freaking young.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring. That's my job. I just bring everything. That's my job. Hi.
Well,
I'm a cloud of gloom.
That happens so much lately, and that's why we have the Insulin for All campaigns is because we realize that we need to make insulin affordable because I can't live without this stuff.
Exactly.
my pancreas has been a paperweight for the last 20 years. Like, I'm not going to get better from this. I had somebody, I feel like I've probably told this story before, but I've had somebody when I was probably about a year after I was diagnosed, they told my grandmother, they asked, you know, how I was doing and stuff. And they told my grandmother, you know, if she just prays really hard about it, you know, if she prays, then she'll get so much better. And I was like, wait, is this real? My grandmother told me about it. I'm just all like, this cannot be real. And
Can
she's just
prayer
like,
make insulin happen? Can it make it magically appear in your refrigerator?
right.
I'm sorry. No, I have 2 nephews that are type 1 diabetics and have been since they were 3 years old. I've lost one. I don't want to lose the other one.
Yeah.
Insulin for all needs to be a thing. It needs to be free. It's absolutely necessary. And the fact that diabetes is called the silent killer because people walk around not knowing they have it is obscene.
Yeah.
On
It's
that
not
lighter
fun.
note, I've been spraying my roleplay friends with disinfectant all evening.
Smart.
Okay.
That's smart. I have packed a go bag at Nathaniel's request. He's just like, pack like clothes, pack your disinfectant wipes, pack your hand sanitizer, pack your
FYI,
hand soap. I'm just
your
like,
hand sanitizer and your disinfectant wipes do not work on viruses. They're for bacteria, not viruses.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him that.
It's best to wash your hands with hot soap and water, but I have a bacterial infection, upper respiratory infection right now, and that's why I'm self-quarantining, is because I don't want to go into a store and cough on a baby or an elderly person and kill them. That's because it's not that I'd be giving them COVID-19, it's that I would be weakening their immune system by forcing them to fight something else off when we have a pandemic going on.
What does generally work with viruses?
Yeah, with a high enough
alcohol. I put a tweet out earlier for people to check the labels on all their disinfectants.
Use products with bleach in them. That's what kills viruses.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's not like the hand sanitizer. If your alcohol content's enough, it'll work, but it's not as good as washing with soap and water.
No, soap and water.
But it's still something. It'll affect.
I have no idea what they're talking about in the chat, but I just saw stealing all the boob milk. I don't know what the hell that even is.
His state said, fuck those babies and elderlies stealing all the boob milk.
I know at the grocery store across the street from me, they're out of everything but skim milk, which is kind of funny.
That skim milk is just milk lying about being water.
Yeah,
exactly. So they're out of everything but pretend milk.
Yeah. Well, they're even out of a lot of the pretend milk, like the almond milk and the soy milk and shit that I have to use because I'm lactose intolerant. But yeah, they're
silk is pretty good.
Out of it.
I got soy milk in my fridge.
Hey, I love soy milk.
Did you see some of the photos with some of the people that had like carts full of milk? Like that's gonna go bad before you ever use it.
Right? Oh stop hoarding. Stop it.
People are just ridiculous. That's one guy has an ad on I think it's Craigslist or something. He's got 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer and he can't sell them.
They rated him.
Yeah.
If it's the same guy.
Is that what they rated him?
They rated him and took his, all the hand sanitizer.
Yeah,
like they took down all of his Amazon listings and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought they did.
I thought that was the couple in Canada that was doing the Amazon stuff.
There may have been, but the guy on Craigslist
probably quite
had a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got a grab a dad joke there. They cleaned him out.
There's videos on Twitter. I'll have to find it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
nice slow clap. Yes.
We had to order toilet paper from Amazon, and it just got dropped off today. So we got a big ass box of toilet paper. So I'm just like, well, I'm gonna get my share. I only need a couple because we're not gonna be.
Box.
If you need 140 fucking rolls of toilet paper for a 14-day quarantine, you got other issues than COVID.
You have problems. Yeah.
You might want to go see a gastroenterologist.
Absolutely. No,
might have grown.
I just asked my husband, I was like, hey, just when you go, like, you know, he was going out to the store and I said, hey, when you go, can you just get, like, instead of the normal small pack that we buy, just go ahead and get one big pack just in case, because I wasn't symptomatic at that point. And he was like, sure. And he came home and it's plenty for us because we're two grown adults and and that's all we needed. And now a friend of mine sent a photo from the Kroger that's right across the street from our grocery store across the street, and the it's all gone. It's completely all the toilet paper is sold out.
You go to our grocery store, Walmart, or whatever down the road here, and no bread, no potatoes, no tuber,
no bread,
no tuber vegetables,
yeah,
no canned food, no milk. Fucking creamer's almost gone.
They're making a shit ton of mashed potatoes.
No
man.
cheese, no fucking. It's all gone. Like it's no toilet paper, no baby diapers. Like the little diapers and shit. Those are gone.
Which I don't.
I don't get it either.
So many people on Facebook be like,
no diaper shaming.
And a suggestion, if nobody saw the tweet that I had put out, you can probably still find those cloth diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Buy a bunch of those, cut them into smaller pieces, get a diaper genie.
Or if you just have like a
wipe your ass
proper
with that, put
washing
it in
machine.
a diaper genie.
It's
so
called
you're not smelling your shit. Wash it and reuse them, man. Like it's
when I run out
So
of
if I just fill a spray bottle with vodka.
Somebody recently said, I'm just going to drink the vodka. They suggested we make hand sanitizer.
If I just go down the shop and get one of their cheap ass bottles of vodka, put it in a spray bottle.
Depends on if it's what it's got to be 160.
Oh God, yeah, something that they would not sell legally in the States. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Something
you
crazy.
Could use
Everclear,
probably.
Yeah. Exactly.
I saw. So there's I know it's all over the country. So Tito's Vodka actually released a little statement or whatever that was just like, hey, so our alcohol content isn't high enough to use as disinfectant and hand sanitizer, so just drink our vodka.
Have a good time. Calm down.
They want their customers alive.
Red put the link for the guy whose hand sanitizer was seized in the private jet.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. It's so good.
But it was because it's essentially seized because they opened a price gouging claim against him. Donated it.
Yeah, he had to donate all of it.
Fucking good.
Yeah. Serge was fucking right. Because he wanted to profit off of a disaster and other people's misery, and I've got no patience for people like that. None. I didn't realize that was a showstopper.
No.
Okay,
I just
good.
noticed this. Yeah, no.
What if I want to wipe my ass with vodka first, eh?
Well, there's a good chance if you wipe your ass with enough vodka, Badger, you will probably die. So I wouldn't recommend it.
Right. Question for you, Neil.
Yeah.
Why would wiping my ass with a lot of vodka kill me?
Well, because if it gets in there, it gets right into your bloodstream.
Yeah, the thing is, that's a very absorbing. There's a lot of blood vessels.
Are you telling me that I'm going to sit down on the toilet, do my business, wipe with the vodka, and then stumble out like, oh,
yeah.
If you do it with enough, then yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't even get the fun of drinking it, man. Why would you do that?
That sounds like an interesting weekend.
I think you should do what Flow State said right here.
Interesting is a word for it.
Yeah.
It's like that ancient Chinese curse, May you live an interesting time.
No. If you consume things like alcohol through your butt.
Yeah, it's bad.
Literally, what is it? Like fucking 3 ounces of this shit can kill you.
Yeah. Seriously,
Isn't that a Brett Kavanaugh thing?
What about
isopropyl? Thank you.
Yeah.
Isopropyl. Oh yeah. Try it and let us know how that turns out before you get Badger.
Actually, don't Badger. I'm rather fond of you.
Yeah.
Oh, what a sight to behold, though, is a drunken Badger briefly before he falls away, singing praises about his immaculate asshole.
Seriously, though, people do not wipe with the stuff. Apparently, it's bad for you.
Do not. It's bad for you.
His immaculate asshole.
Neil has spoken.
I'm not allowed to divulge my secrets.
That picture that's been going around. It's that the aliens that come to visit. They go, well, we don't know what wiped out the Earth things, but I'm amazed how clean their assholes are.
Amazing. What, are you doing the bleaching thing like the porn stars used to do?
That's a very specific process.
No, I think it was
I
just
understand.
Yeah, I think it was just referring to the hoarding of toilets.
It's just all this bloody toilet paper. What are you gonna do with 500 rolls of fucking shit?
You're not, and it's like it. Anyway,
There's a guy. There was some guy in Australia. I saw this video earlier. He was just asking people who were going out of a shop with trolleys just packed full of toilet rolls. So, what are you doing with all that bog roll, mate? And they just go, well, it's a virus, you know. So how's that going to protect you from the virus?
Well, so you wrap yourself up like a mummy.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well,
Choke it in
Boris
alcohol.
Karloff shit right there.
There was one.
Boris Karloff shit.
There was one lady who had a sensible answer, which was, "Well, I need to go toilet," you know.
At least you knew the right answer.
I ordered Lego, so I had something to do.
Uh,
I keep forgetting I got to whip out my Millennium Falcon and put that sucker back together.
oh yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and please film it or film it when it's done or however you
Do
want to
the
do that.
time
That'd be
lapse.
amazing.
The original one that they released in the 90s with and I got that one in the Boba Fett slave one chip.
Nice.
I'm very jealous right now.
I know. I'm totally coveting Neil's toys.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Sinner.
Like, I've got Funko Pops.
know.
I've got. Like, I have a crap ton of Funko Pops Nathaniel got me for Christmas and my birthday and
How many
Valentine's Day.
how many pieces you got in that Falcon there?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it's upwards of 800.
Outstanding.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
beautiful.
sounds right.
I can probably check and see. It's buried in there somewhere. I'll check and see.
There we go.
I'm like
surprised it's
reasonably
not within
excited
arm's
about
I
this.
don't actually fucking need to dig it out because that's what fucking Google's for, kids.
Exactly. We possess
There's
tiny,
Neil
powerful
there with
computers
his-
in our pockets.
Speaking of nuclear reactors, here's one I've just got on my shelf.
I thought you were going to talk about my farts.
But
for a
no,
second.
but that is, you're right, Badger, because that's Neil's desk. Anytime anyone brings up anything, he's like, oh, I have that right here. And he just reaches over and boom, it's there. And I'm like, your desk is a D&D bag of holding. That's what I've decided in my head.
Yep.
Because everything,
Comparison.
it's right there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Love it. Love it.
He's got one of
Yeah.
those magician's hats with the fucking rabbit in it, like everything
Mhm.
else.
Mm.
Yeah,
Pulling
yeah.
out
And the rabbit's fine. You don't have to worry about the rabbit. It's fine.
Yeah. Dead dove, do not open. I don't know what I expected.
Oh God, my brother is texting me. Stop it! I love you. Stop it.
It's labeled and everything.
Makes me want to watch Arrested Development again.
Oh yes, very much. That's always good for a rewatch.
Yeah.
Is that the right one? Hang on a second here.
What is happening? I missed something.
All the preppers are suddenly laughing at everyone.
Neil's looking up the lyrics to Silent Lucidity.
Oh, it's the pieces in the Falcon, yeah.
You and that fucking Queensrÿche shit.
I was gonna say I could sing it, but I'm not going to.
And now I'm looking
Looks
at
like
myself.
I'm ordering
I'm super
isopropyl
curious.
alcohol on eBay.
Oh, no.
Why is it not showing me mine? They're showing the little mini ones.
So
I
the
don't wanna
first
look at the-
one,
Fuck off! Oh, sorry.
they got the licensing, like Lego got the licensing for Star Wars March
98.
98.
Yeah.
The first one, 663.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't have this. I was in college.
Yeah.
I was
the-
broke ass and in college. Okay.
There was a really big one. Yeah, there's a really big one from 2007, 5,197 pieces. That one is gigantuan. They have a tiny falcon that's 13 bricks.
Well, this isn't Lego, but this was a gift from my brother-in-law. Can you guys see that? I don't even know.
Right. Question for the peeps.
Yes. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Is it the matching game?
No, that's
I don't know.
outstanding.
I don't know. I just know that it opens up and there's a tiny little Han and Chewie in there.
No, because I had one.
what?
I had one that was the Millennium Falcon that had the buttons. That was the matching game. That like it plays the clip and you have to play the clips. It's sort of like fucking. I don't know.
Yeah, no. There's no sound component to this. My brother-in-law gave it to me because he's amazing, and it was his before it was mine. So it was a real like, wow, like you really. I was.
Well, I had the.
I was very like
when it came
touched because I was like, wow, I would not have given that to someone else. I would have kept that. Like,
No, I have
thank
to know.
you. Sort of thing.
All right. Oh, he's gone.
Oh. Did he run off to get another falcon?
Oh, they've all gone.
Nope, ran off to get a Chewbacca.
Hey, let me see your Chewbacca.
He realized
What
he
a
got gypped.
Wookiee!
He opened up
wait,
the package
man, my
thinking he
eyes
was going to
are-
assemble
Oh,
something
so
complex.
cute!
And it was like already pre-assembled, and he looked at the package and it said Millennial Falcon.
Oh no! Oh,
Never buy shit on Wish.
nope. Apparently
That's
not.
funny.
Something just flew through the air on Deal's screen. That's amazing.
Let me see if I can do this. Just a sec.
Hmm. Oh, Badger, I think you can do about anything. I have a lot of I have a lot of confidence in you.
So this one that I have is the one that's like the different colors. 'Cause he
Oh, yeah,
wasn't,
yeah.
Like his torso is different colors. Is a different color than his arms and legs. So you can
Yes.
sort of see.
Yeah, fair.
So this one. Oh, what am I
Susan, I was
hearing?
listening
what's that?
intently,
What am I
but that's
hearing?
hilarious.
I'm trying to think because it doesn't. I don't have the crossbow with it, but he is supposed to have a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Loose, he's worth $30, so that's cool.
Well,
But
yeah.
no, because it's like
I mean-
one of the original ones.
Oh,
Let me just see if I can
neat.
make this
Yeah.
work.
Nice.
There we
That was
go.
like one of the few things I actually got out of my divorce. There was
Oh, well done.
Chewbacca.
Yeah,
There's one of my shelves. If I just
I lost
show
a lot of D&D shit in my divorce, so I understand. Oh, what is that? Oh my gosh, Badger, that's amazing.
I have a
Sorry,
little
you guys are getting
bag.
like a close up of my eye right now. I
That's a
have
good
terrible
eye.
vision.
That's some good eye you got on you there.
I have
Oh,
a
thank you.
good eye, man.
Oh.
I have
That's a close
a
up of one of my
Yoda
shelves.
house. I have a Yoda house that I built.
Oh,
That one wasn't very complicated.
no, but that you made, that's so
Fucking thing's
cool.
buried
Well, it was
in
no,
there.
I built it as in like it was Lego.
Yeah, but still cool.
It was
You
fun.
took the time and
It
you
was fun.
made the commitment.
Yeah, it was the first Lego that Nathaniel and I ever put together.
Oh,
Where the
that's
fuck
super
did I
sweet.
get this from?
What did you
I
get?
don't know, Neil. Where the fuck did you get that from? What is that?
Why? Why
Oh
would
my
you have
god, don't.
that?
No, please don't. I'll be afraid of you.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, you know what? I bought this. I was really drunk. I remember that.
Okay.
And I put it up for a Halloween costume party, and I scared the shit out of my buddy's kid.
I get it.
That makes sense.
I get it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm that person. I get it.
Love it.
Oh, what is Donna's thing?
Oh, yeah. Temple of Yosin. Yeah, Shelley had to go. She had prior commitment.
Yeah.
So I was like, try it on. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like, please no.
I will not
Please,
hold you to that.
Right.
It's an evil jester. It's called an evil jester.
Yeah, I couldn't see what was in the package, you know, and I'm just picturing this clown suit. Where's the
question for
birthday
you, Neil.
girl?
Quick question for you, Neil, as a sciencey man.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a big bottle of isopropyl alcohol, will that work for my dealing with viruses costume?
It has to be at least 91%. We'll get that
Yeah.
70 or 50% shit.
Okay. Sorry,
You're
I
gonna
was
need a dwell
going
time
the
of at least like 5 minutes with it.
I need a what? Of a what?
Well,
Dwell time for sanitation. It's how long it needs to remain wet on the surface to kill whatever you're trying to kill. And
Submerging is
isopropyl
ideal.
alcohol. You're looking at several minutes with isopropyl alcohol.
So if I have a spray bottle of isopropyl alcohol, will that do something?
The thing is, it evaporates quickly. You might want to mix it with like a little bit of like anhydrous glycerin or something like that. Just straight USP pharmaceutical grade glycerin. So it's a few bucks, and you'll get a few ounces of it. Mix that with your alcohol to help stabilize it, keep it from evaporating quick.
So, like Vaseline, can you mix Vaseline and alcohol?
You probably could. I've never tried.
That's a weird question.
That would be an interesting smell.
It would be, yeah.
I got an award. I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh!
You're an award winner.
I said you deserve it. I don't even know what it is. What is it?
Congratulations on 10 years of service for where I work.
Nice, yeah.
Nice.
Right
He's
on,
I really
man.
need to clean my desk because I've been there 20 years.
Dude, in the States, like 10 years at the same job, you're a veteran. Like I mean, not like an army veteran, or not like a military veteran, but like you're the shit. Like if you manage to stay at the same place.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What did you say that stuff was called for the stabilizing of the alcohol?
Glycerin.
Just glycerin.
And it's just usually anhydrous glycerin. It doesn't have any water in it.
I gargle with glycerin, actually.
So just
really
plain old glycerin. Okay, let me see if I get.
I use that in my e-liquid.
If I know I'm going to be singing for a long time, I gargle with glycerin.
Oh, well done. That makes sense, actually.
Like
just like Jello, do you just like not fully mix the Jello? What do you do?
Oh, glycerin. Actual
I know, but I'm trying
glycerin.
So
I'm sorry.
If I was to get a little bottle,
I'm trying to put I think I know what glycerin is, but I'm also trying to put it with a product I've actually used in my head.
Right.
Why would you say Jello?
So sciencey
because Jello is gelatin, and it sounds, I don't know. That was not smart.
A big bottle of isopropyl alcohol and a small bottle of vegetable glycerin and mix the two together, would that work for a spray thing for dealing with viruses?
If you got enough alcohol in there, yeah. You know what? Why would you make all that shit? Just go get something that's got fucking bleach in it, man. That's all you need.
Because I don't want to bleach my house.
Oh, well.
Why not? Well, I mean, I understand.
I like it the darker color that it is.
Okay. No, I get that. You can dilute bleach in water if you're worried about the bleach staining things. You can, do, like, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I mean, maybe
this
it's
is my brain on
like,
prescription cough medicine, by the way, so enjoy.
Maybe like 600 to 800 ppms of bleach in water might be a decent sanitizer.
Wait, what did you say? 600 ppm?
Yeah, about 600 to 800 ppms, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's quite a bit.
Chemist fight! Chemist fight!
Once again, I agree with Rory's comment.
What was Rory's comment? Say it for those of us who haven't figured out how to look at the chat and be in the stream at the same time.
Isopropyl alcohol and glycerin would be an interesting enema.
Oh, yes, it would. No, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I've got Virex. This shit is badass. It kills HIV in like 30 seconds.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tide Pods.
Oh my god.
That's the high end shit. That's bespoke. That is.
That's bespoke.
All right. Let's.
Yeah. I need to go before I say something ridiculous or more ridiculous.
Too late, Julie.
I also need to run off quite soon. I need to make use of all this toilet roll I've been collecting.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
The monster mash. There will be a surgence of toilet paper art.
The best fucking picture I seen today is Buddy posted his 2 dogs, they're little Rottweilers, that just demolished all his toilet paper. Literally hundreds of rolls all over the floor, toilet paper everywhere. He goes, these dogs just destroyed my toilet paper stash. Like,
that's what he gets for hoarding toilet paper. Sorry.
Yup.
I'd say that's karma, but karma isn't real.
Karma. Yeah.
but he got his comeuppance. We'll put it that way.
Nice. Well, thank
You
you,
heard that
Neil,
shit.
so much for having me around, and thank you for having Shelley on. That was so cool. And
She's great, eh?
oh my
Yeah.
God, she's amazing.
I'm gonna have to check out a lot more of her music.
Oh,
she's
dude,
really good,
you will not
really good.
regret it.
I've
Yeah.
been chatting with Shelley for well over a year now. Just off the chat, and we were going to get her on a lot earlier than this, but just one thing led, comes up, and now I got to go on tour because she's really not sure when that's just going to happen, right? So,
yeah,
I'm not going to tell you what. We'll wait till you're going to have time, and that's how we ended up here today.
so cool. It was so cool. Thank you. I'm completely just fangirled out. I was so happy.
Definitely go on Saturdays in the afternoon, 1 Pacific, I think, and watch her. And there's people show up. I think on average there's about 30 odd people there, and they write music right there. She'll come up with tunes, and they do the songwriting right there on YouTube. She does it with people.
Nice.
Lyrics, everything. People will type in ideas for lyrics. Someone will say, "Oh, try going from A to F sharp or whatever, and see how that works with this," and yada yada. So. It's fucking cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That's
It's like watching people workshop in real time. That's so cool.
I've been there a few times and threw my 2 cents in, but she never took it. So.
Well, I do want to say,
Neil, shut up, Neil.
I do want to say the chat absolutely demanded a Neil Shelley collab, musical duet of some kind. Just saying.
Percussion. Just give me a shout.
There you go.
Fucking drummers.
There you go.
And harmonize.
Yeah, but I heard that, by the way, Neil, during the stream.
I'm well aware you did. You fuckers are oddballs. That's all I can do. Every drummer I've ever known is an oddball.
I only marry piano players.
Well, my drummer.
I've married 2 of them.
Colin is a funny story about Colin. We needed a drummer because we were putting it was a really shitty band at the time. But anyways, and I'm like, dude, I'm driving down the street in my nondescript white van because I was a painter at the time. So most painter
Thank you for clarifying that because I was like, serial killer.
Anywho, and I'm rolling down the window. I go, hey, I hear you're a drummer. He's just this blonde kid with long hair.
You kids want to see dead body?
I'm like,
no.
I go, hey, I hear you're a drummer. He goes, yeah. I go, dude, get in the van. What does he do? He gets in the van.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Tell me this was pre-Silence of the Lambs.
Oh no, far post Silence of the Lambs.
Oh dear. American Girl was not playing.
I always rib about that too. I'm like, dude, you could be dead right now if I was a psychopath. But and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll come play. And I've stayed with the guy ever since because you guys know what a savant is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? That's my drummer. You give him any instrument. He'd never played violin before. And he found his grandmother's violin. And because we're talking this song here, this one, this is the original version of Taste My Sin, which is now available on my SoundCloud, and it's Aaron Rod's favorite, by the way. It's different, quite different from what it used to be, because we were going to have like an instrumental, cello-y, and violin overtones to it way back in the day, more of a haunting thing. And so he says, I think my grandma's got a violin. I'm like, dude, what? Because he plays guitar, bass, drums. He can play everything. So he goes, I don't know. I'll see if I can play it. And he grabs it. He runs back in there. And he's like tuning it, and then he just starts doing this. I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, holy fuck, man. There are kids all over the world that have been practicing violin for 12 years. And you pick the thing up and can play it instantaneously?
I know.
They're meeting you right now.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Yeah, it's like my brother. My brother can do that.
I tried to learn violin for a while. It was no.
Yeah, no, my it's so frustrating. I'm sorry.
No, you go first.
No, I was just gonna say my brother can do that. He can't read music, but he's got perfect pitch, and he has an ear that can mimic anything.
Nice.
So he can pick up. He played French horn, and he can pick up any instrument and play it. And then my sister can read music and play guitar, piano, saxophone and clarinet, and was actually offered like a music scholarship for clarinet. Ooh. Yeah, and they asked her who her tutor was, and she said, I don't have one, when she was doing the interview for the scholarship. And they said, what do you mean? And she said, well, I just went to Paducah Middle School and Paducah and Tillman High School, in Paducah, Kentucky. Yeah. Like, my band teacher is my teacher. And they were like, okay, want to go to our school for free?
Like, yes, please.
Yeah, exactly. And my oldest brother is similar. Like, he writes songs, he can play the guitar like nobody's business. And I had scarlet fever when I was a little girl, and I am the least musically talented member of my family. They are all crazy talented. Like, my dad started playing the guitar at 40, and he just picked it up and started playing it. And he's 77, and he's a badass.
Oh my God, that reminds me of a joke. Have you guys heard the guy that brings an octopus into the bar? Have you heard that joke?
No, I don't think I have.
No, I want to hear.
Okay. This guy walks into a bar, sits down at the counter, and he's got an little octopus on his shoulder. Martin says, is that an octopus? He goes, yeah. He brings him down, throws him on the counter like that. He goes, that's pretty cool. He goes, actually, this octopus can play any instrument you give it. He's like, really? That sounds like a challenge. So the bartender runs to the back room, and he comes out, and he's got a trumpet. He throws the trumpet down on the counter. The octopus picks it up, starts playing a trumpet like Dixieland shit, and he's like, holy fuck, he's pretty good at that. He goes, yeah, try something else. Comes back out, and he's got a little violin, throws the violin down. The octopus picks it up, starts playing some old classic music, classical music on the sucker, like he's been doing it forever. And the guy's like, holy shit, oh yeah, I know. He runs out and he grabs the little snare drum and he pulls that down. Mm-hmm. The octopus picks up 4 sticks and starts playing the drums, like, with 4 sticks. And the guy's like, holy shit. And he goes, oh, I know. This guy left an instrument here before, and I'll guarantee you he won't be able to figure this thing out. So he runs in the back and takes the drum with him and puts it in the back room. And he comes back out and he's got a set of bagpipes. Throws the bagpipes on the counter. And of course, the octopus is staring at the bagpipes. And the bartender's like, ah, ha, ha, ha! And the guy goes, no, wait. Give him a few minutes. Once he figures out he can't fuck it, he'll play it.
Yes.
There we are.
And if you want to go for a clean version of that, it would be that the guy threw the bagpipes on the bar, and the octopus goes, "Mom." Like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
not nearly as funny though. No.
Sweetheart. Yeah, no, that is awesome.
That's funny.
You know that sound you get when you right, imagine a mouse that is kind of really on its last legs. It's not doing very well at all. It's just had too many run-ins with the predators, but it's narrowly escaped each time. But it's worse for wear each time. You know the sound that mouse would make, sort of when it can't go on anymore.
You're gonna make me incredibly sad.
That was me trying to play the violin.
Oh, that is sad.
It was just kind of
the death throes of an injured mouse.
I'm not sure I want to ever hear that noise again.
If it's okay, I was last chair clarinet at my public middle school. So if that gives you any comfort, I was terrible.
Drumming, on the other hand, I can do that.
Yeah, I was fairly good when I played percussion in middle school and a couple years in high school. Not great, but I was fairly good.
I can also play the didgeridoo.
Oh.
Would you like to hear?
Come on,
Right, just a moment.
I tried to play a didgeridoo once. It was just like.
It was like didgeridoo.
I got to see the Violent Femmes. One of them played a didgeridoo in a song. It was pretty freaking awesome live. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Because I'm just that old.
Where's all our Australian peeps?
I don't know. Are they asleep right now? I have no idea.
Wait for it. He's summoning them right now.
Early morning stuff right now. Anyway, so yeah, so I found that. I found that kind of interesting that Shelley had no idea that she was nominated in that fucking.
I've lost the end of my earphone now. There we go.
Did you break everything, Badger?
Of course.
That's what Badgers do.
I'm sorry, Neil. Shelley had no idea she was nominated in what?
For an award in that stupid anti-theism.
Going
on over in England.
Yeah.
The peoples that are the bad.
The conference that shall not be named at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really admire David Worley for bringing that up and asking that hard question.
Well, I couldn't believe that Lance said he would put his hand on David's leg and go up.
I can't believe a lot of shit that Lance said.
Lance was an idiot.
You need to see this stuff.
And profoundly drunk. I mean, I've been drunk online before, but oh my god, like I was shocked.
Yes,
that's
Julie,
why I have a lot of different.
I know. I'm sorry. I was totally drunk on your show because I was so nervous.
You could probably start a course just like on
seriously. It's
that
just David's reaction to it.
One at a time, guys.
How bad Lance was there. Like you just start a course and like just call it like how to not.
Yeah, not even how to not something. It's how to not.
How to not.
How to not. I mean, how can I fuck up everything?
Why I struggle to take the whole situation seriously is it was probably just Dave's reaction to it. It's just the Lance there saying the stuff he said. Dave's just when
look at sheer horror on his fucking face.
When you come to my event, I'll put my hand on your leg or whatever else he said, and then Dave's just kind of got this confused look and just I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Fucking bang on, Maya.
I can't believe Lance.
And Dave's eyes getting wider and wider.
It's just him listening to the guy going on just kind of.
Yeah, he's like,
what is
shit falling out of the bottom hole on this guy's face? Like, what is this shit?
I don't know.
How has this happened? I had a nice talk show, and just.
That's actually not a bad idea, Flow State. It's a YouTube channel called How to Not, and it's just like people fucking up.
It's just nothing but that video.
That's a very good idea.
That video and other videos where people just kind of like fail on me almost.
I might do a video series of how to not.
There you go.
I like it.
Do it.
It's a good idea.
Like, it could be a lot of it could just be like me attempting to do stuff, but.
Well, I'll throw in my 2 cents. Like, if you're nervous, don't drink too much because you're nervous. That's good to not do. Don't do that.
Just
I don't know why you were nervous, Julie.
How to not play the violin? That way.
I have 2 anxiety disorders. I'm always nervous.
Now she can't even.
I'm sorry. No, I can't play the violin either, but it doesn't matter.
Good times.
Sorry.
Times.
All right. I got to split now because now I'm like, I don't know what I said and I'm freaking out. Hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you, Julie.
All right.
If I can figure out how to leave.
That'd be great.
How do I internet?
How to not do an interview on a talk show, and then there's how to not organize a conference so that it's like safe to go to.
All the misogynistic bastards that hit on women and stuff like that. Because I think the whole thing started. I think David asked him why he would have someone like Lawrence Krauss there.
Yeah,
that's how that whole thing.
Oh yeah, and he was just all like, "Oh, basically, I don't give a fuck."
Well, I think the question was, is it right to platform someone after these accusations?
Allegations.
Yeah.
And then he
just came in with the come on, man.
He started off strong, and then as soon as he started to explain his reasoning, it just went, oh dear.
Know when to stop the sentence, man. Just know when to stop your fucking sentence.
You know, if his answer was yes, he should have stopped at yes.
Yeah. You would think. Some people just don't have the modicum of like self-awareness in order to not do shit like that.
How to not?
Yeah, how to not again. How to not.
So I keep getting notifications from Facebook. My buddy Mikey, who lives downstairs here. Mikey's listening to such and such and such. Like every fucking 5 minutes, a new song.
Oh yeah.
Which tells me 2 things. He's home, clearly, and he's drinking. Because that's when he cranks the tune. So I'm about to text him, so what are you listening to?
So be like, you know what I'm really in the mood to listen to? And but the last song that he listened to, or like 3 songs before, just be like, man, I really want to hear that song. I haven't heard it in ages. Something.
Sorry,
Well,
Kat.
if
I'm
you
going to be
hear
bringing
Neil
it to
go,
a close in
"Fuck!"
a few minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah, Neil,
you
should
know he
come
put
my
on some
channel
Queensryche
sometime.
if you hear Neil go, "Fuck!"
What was that, Badger?
I said you should come on my channel sometime.
Okay, what are we going back into past or something? I've been on your show, you meatball. What the hell? I've already been on your show, and we had fun, and it was a good time.
There's nothing to stop you coming on again. But yeah, that was a
All
really
right.
good chat. I enjoyed it.
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dawkins has said some. I think in his old age, he's going a little bit on the senile side.
You can come on and host, co-host How to Not.
Okay, I'd be so down for that. If you start that shit up,
That's a good idea.
I will co-host that shit. That's
It's a really good idea. Good times. I was going to say that over and over. It's good times.
Good
That's
day.
good. That's good time.
Woo.
Is there a song?
Is that your neighbors that I hear?
My neighbors?
I hear something. It sounds echoey and from a distance.
No,
Am
probably
I
not
going
my.
crazy? I might be going crazy.
I've been crazy for a while.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, look at me. I'm a drummer.
that's true. That's true. You are. Can
No, Flo
confirm.
said I'm not playing fucking Ace of Base. How to not play Ace of Base?
Why not?
I saw the sign. Isn't that them?
Yes, that
That's
is.
okay. All right.
That was
Well,
basically my childhood right there.
I know. I worked in a record store when that was huge. And here's me doing the top 40 on the wall, putting the CDs and shit. Here's me going, oh my God, why do I have to put this in the fucking number 1 spot?
Goddamn Ace of Base!
Again!
Don't turn around.
I'm like, Steve, you do it. You do it. At least it's not Aqua. You do it.
That's true. At least it's not Barbie Girl
Yeah.
or Eiffel 65,
You say so.
for that matter.
It's a great song. You say so, Donna.
Have you ever worked in a place for so long that plays the same music on a loop constantly that hearing any of the songs on that loop will just immediately make you go into just that feeling of just existential dread that you're
Yes.
working?
I worked
No,
for
no,
Texas
no.
Roadhouse for 5 years, and I cannot hear Copperhead Road anymore.
All right.
Cannot
So
listen to
let me-
that song.
During
And a good majority of Randy Rogers' catalog.
while I was working in retail a few years ago, there was the
No, Taylor. Bad
the
Taylor.
shop had a standard music mix and a Christmas music mix.
Oof.
And the Christmas music mix within a week was very stale, but somehow you know the film Suicide Squad?
Yes.
3 minutes, guys.
You know the theme music for that
Until
song?
6:30.
What was it called again? Heathens or something like that?
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slow song talking about like depression and mental illness and stuff like that. That came on during the Christmas mix, and I was there just like, okay, I don't know why this is on this mix, but this is exactly how I feel right now.
You're like, big mood. Big fucking mood.
I was there I just stood to one side of one of the aisles just there like, now normally I'm not so into this song, but right now this is exactly perfect for my mood. Just I don't want to be here. The rest of the music mix being on loop has just sunk so deep into my mind that I can't make it go. But now I'm just, oh yes, exactly. That's exactly what I mean.
21 Pilots.
21 Pilots. Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently the song is called Heathens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
The only song named Heathens that I know is a Drive By Truckers song. So I was like, that sounds entirely different. I don't think that's the same song.
No, it's not the same song.
Sorry, Felicity. I recently just had room, and I have to shut this down anyway. So, otherwise, you'd be in here already. Quit your whining, Jesus fuck.
No, I'm gonna like go and listen to that song and be just all like, well, this is depressing. Fuck my life.
Donna's going grocery shopping around here.
I was working in retail.
I may be on the news.
Well, all the grocery stores closed a half hour ago here.
No, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in all of Ohio, they're only open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh damn.
Well,
I know
most of
Central Market was 8 to 8, like from today on out.
And all bars and restaurants are closed.
Yeah, they're
Not-
not allowing
too.
more than 5 people in our Starbucks or Tim Hortons at one time here.
Most of the shops are closed here as well, but that's because it's 1:30 in the morning.
That makes sense.
Like
That
all
is-
dine-in,
Yeah.
all
We-
dine-in everywhere
Yeah.
is shut down.
It hasn't quite sunk in to people around these parts what's going on yet. That they're all. I saw some people from. I'm pretty sure they're visiting students from somewhere in Asia, and they're all walking around with the face masks on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody else is just doing what they normally do, just bumbling around, coughing on each other.
They're in deep denial. Deep
Yeah.
denial.
I was driving past them, just going,
All right.
Have you not?
Yeah.
You not got your head around this, have you?
Badger?
No.
Time's up.
Badger.
Yes.
Tell everyone what you do and where they can find you.
Oh, that, yeah. Hello, I am Badger. I talk about things and stuff on the internet sometimes. Most recently, I've just been doing nature videos because I have been putting the camera out in the nature, and I haven't wanted to talk about things. So you can find me
In the
on
nature.
yes, you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Gab, Minds, BitChute, and Pornhub. And
Gotta expand those horizons, man.
When you say nature, I think people are going to get a whole new idea of what that means.
Yes.
All right, and Susan.
I made the Pornhub channel just so that I could say that. And if anyone wants to come on my channel for a chat, my email address is in the stream chat.
I wonder if you can use Restream to broadcast on Pornhub too.
Yeah, I believe you can actually.
If
Yeah,
you want
that's
to,
legit.
if you wouldn't mind just popping my email address up there, Neil.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Whoop, that's not it.
There we go.
Badger at talk.li.
That's beautiful. I love it. So I am half of Divine Disbelief. I do the show with my partner Nathaniel. We are currently on a mild hiatus because he is in another state and another time zone than I am.
He's closer to me than he is to you. You know.
He is. He is 2,011 miles away. So it's been rough.
It's about 700 miles from me. So
Yeah, so he is closer to you. Yeah, he's like so much closer.
Still
You
pretty
can-
far from me.
still a ways away. Still a ways away. Yeah. You can find the show. It's Divine Disbelief. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We also broadcast on Periscope and Twitch as well, and on my Facebook and shit. Let's see. You can follow me. I'm Motel Cowboy on Twitter. You can follow Nathaniel. He's currently Atheist Tusker, but that depends on if he doesn't get his account banned for reasons. You can follow our dogs. They're Dose Corgis 1-5, and they're really, really cute. So
they are. I can confirm.
they're adorable. They're good boys. Good boys.
And IQ doesn't have anything, so shut up, IQ. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah. I have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, both under my name, Red Venture. I'm close to getting affiliated on Twitch, about 18 followers short, I think, something like that.
Hey, awesome.
Outstanding.
The YouTube channel, I do original response videos, and then I also do cuts from my live stream that are live responses.
Excellent.
Gotta play that algorithm. Got to get more than videos out a week, and it's so much easier to do it when it's live.
Yep. Agreed. That's kind of why. Well, I like doing these live streams though because it's fun to hang out with everyone. And IQ actually is. We call them.
So true. I have nothing.
IQ is mod extraordinaire.
There you
Moderator, compulsive, shellaholic.
I don't think he sleeps.
All around good people.
Honestly, I don't think he sleeps.
I'm pretty sure there's a response video to me on your channel, isn't there, right?
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, about a year ago, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
I finally had a video that just passed that recently, and I'm surprised. And it's not the one I would have expected to pass it, but so in terms of views, so I'm doing all right.
You gotta
hear you doing well.
You got to step up, Badger. Someone's passed you now on Red's channel.
I'll have to say something even more controversial.
Why does it seem like that's what you have to do to get noticed?
All right. What can I come out with?
Okay, and thanks everybody.
Cats. No, I've already said that.
We're sticking with the how to not, and you'll find your way on.
Professional chill. There you go. Right there.
The sea is stupid. Let's go with that.
The sea is so. Oh my!
And you can go over the multitudes of different forms of sea.
See, I'm controversial.
And then I'll respond. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't do response videos. I just do live.
Yeah, I'm gonna do more animated stuff.
That would be sick.
Separate from it, but that takes a long time and a lot of work to do it there. So it's a lot of planning. So I got a couple things planned in the works beyond just like the response stuff, but it takes a while to do all the art and get everything working right. But
absolutely, that's great to have you in, bud. I haven't seen you in like forever.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It seems to be you're on the once every couple of months I'll jump in one of Neil's streams sort of schedule.
Well, it's part of it is I'm not in the usual suspects anymore, so I don't get the links all the time to go hop in.
That's true too.
Yep.
All right. When you're in the chat and you see that I've gone live, let me know, and if you want into the after party, I'll definitely send you one for yourself.
All right. Yeah.
Isn't there a 50-person limit?
Right, but I think Red, and there's a couple of people that got dumped out because people in my group end up blocking people.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
If anyone blocks anyone else, it dumps them all out of the group chats.
No, I'm mentioning that because you know how many people are in your usual suspects group?
No.
51.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm confused.
So am I, because I thought you could only have 50.
Maybe they raised it. I'm not sure.
They might have. I'll try adding other people and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see if I can add you again, Red.
All right. Yeah, that'll work.
All right, guys. I got to get the hell out of here. I'm hungry, and the guy I was just talking about who lives downstairs is cooking up some ribs on the Barbie. So I'm going to go down there. Bobby. Look, I sound Australian. Yeah, that's right. We're cooking up ribs on the Barbie.
Australian?
I don't know. Sounded more like Ray.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like this nightmare.
Banana, and you shove it in. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so
I would say go for Ken Ham because he's Australian. But if you try to imitate Ken Ham, you'll just sound like an idiot.
Well, it's because
That's
you sound
accurate.
like an idiot. All right, guys. Like I always say at the end of these things, until next time. Wait, that's not what I always say. Like the late great Christopher Hitchens. A little too much of the happy news.
How to not.
Like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.